Hello everyone, my name is Dad of War and this is my best build for Rift Incursions video. In this video I will share with you the build and spell rotation that makes tier 2 Rift Incursions a walk in the park. Also, if you want to learn more about Rift Incursions, check out my earlier video about them. Best build for Rift Incursions is a balance between melee and ranged abilities. For this build I use Bone Explosion, Chaos Volley, Veil of Chaos, and Raging Tempest spells. Weapons are Reaper and Greatsword. Reaper's E ability Howling Reaper is the main damage dealer, while Greatsword's Q ability Great Cleaver is a great follow-up to stun a target, and it even goes through Succubus's Charm ability, preventing you from taking unnecessary damage. During Rift Incursions you will face 6 main types of enemies: Mage, Succubus, Charger, Hopper, Gargoyle, and One-Armed Willy. 2 of those enemies, Mage and Succubus, pretty much stand still in one spot as long as you keep your distance. This means that Howling Reaper will be your hardest hitting ability. For Charger, Hopper, Gargoyle, and One-Armed Willy, Howling Reaper works well also, but you need to nail them with Great Cleaver to keep them stunned and take more damage. Veil of Chaos is great for dodging incoming attacks and changing direction of your escape if you need to. And Chaos Volley is a great plug-and-play spell whenever you need to hit something at a distance. There are no mandatory spell jewelry, but try looking for something with extra damage and cooldown reduction. Warrior's Blood works well but is not mandatory, as it reduces incoming damage and increases weapon cooldown recovery rate. Build rotation is as follows: start with Bone Explosion from a safe distance, then immediately follow up with Reaper's E ability Howling Reaper, and then use Greatsword's Q ability Great Cleaver to stun your target and make them take full duration of Howling Reaper. Bone Explosion will apply Condemn and make whoever it hits take 15% more damage, so pairing it with Hungering Reaper will make you do even more damage. If the enemy is not in bite territory, hit them with Chaos Volley. By then, you should be able to finish them off with a bite. After that, your Bone Explosion will be off cooldown and you will be able to do this rotation again. Save your Raging Tempest for Primal Blood Soul of the Rift Incursion you are in. While performing this rotation, try to move sideways to either left or right to make yourself a harder target to hit by weaker enemies. If you kill large groups of weaker enemies with your Bone Explosion, you will summon skeletons who can help draw attention from you to them, making your life easier. Rest in peace, little skellies, your sacrifice will not be forgotten. This build also works great for Primal Blood Souls, but I do recommend finding a wall to hide behind from some of those difficult to dodge abilities. Any high-level gear can work with this build, but I prefer to use Dreadplate set for additional weapon ability cooldown reduction, and sometimes I use Soul Shard of the Winged Whore for extra 15% damage to vampires, and new ultimate to group up my enemies. This spec prioritizes the use of spells and weapon abilities instead of forcing you to hit your enemies, allowing you to focus to dodge incoming damage. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like and share it. For more vrising content, subscribe to my channel.